Episode Naughty 3.
93, place to be. That was the year of my brother's birth.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, why not? Why not mention that?
I turned 15 in 1993.
Well,
I was in 11th grade.
I was 3, going on 4.
Yeah.
Viva Physical Media, episode 93. We are here. We are ready to talk about movies. The store is sustaining, and we are calling for sustainment.
Sustaining in the store. We are trying to sustain the store.
Sustain our Scarecrow. We are moving from a Save Our Scarecrow to a Sustain Our Scarecrow call. And so we still need your help raising that money to make our $1.8 million goal. We're already at like 1.5.
And there's more coming.
And there's more coming.
Right now,
So-
we're trying to work on our point of sale system
Yeah.
and our website to
Yeah.
make it better, easier for you to rent, easier for you to find things,
more
easier for you to
detailed in
search
the
for
way that
things.
we are working on that and other things to like just improve the store and the functionality and basically like the user experience, which
Yeah.
is for you guys, so
Yeah.
that you guys can take advantage. Because when you have 150,000 fucking titles, you're gonna need to have a good
I think
search
we hit
system.
151,000 like this week.
Hell yeah, dude. Also,
kicking
make sure
ass.
you're following us on all the social medias because our Instagram, shout out to Megan Crafton because our Instagram has been
Buy some of Megan's
just like
pins too.
mwah lately.
Ghouls Only Press.
Yeah, check her out.
Also, most importantly, fucking mash that like button, man. If you
Mash
are
it.
watching this show right now, if you are within the sound of Matt Lynch's voice, hit the like button,
Hit it.
hit the subscribe button.
Subscribe.
If you don't, I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to make you do it by myself. I'm going to put
No,
my
people
hands
might
on
want
your
you to do
hands
that.
and do that for you.
And if
Well, I
you want,
can't
if you
go-
like that, he's not gonna do
Well,
it.
if you're going to, I mean, if you live in like Arizona, you're going to have to
into it,
fly
that's
me
gross
out.
and he's not gonna do it.
But still,
Yeah,
do it.
we
It's
need
really important.
we
We're
need
trying
those
to
likes.
goose the algorithm. We're trying to get more eyeballs on
And
Viva.
you might be like, oh, they just want like the likes and the views. Or
No. The show costs money.
Yeah.
It costs money to make. We need to make sure people are watching it so that we can spend the money judiciously.
And this pension, really, the eyeballs, they need to be on Scarecrow, and we need as many as possible. And that is what we're here to do. We're here to give you some good movie recommendations.
Hit the like
We're
button.
also here to tell you about Scarecrow and to encourage you to be involved because you're a movie lover. We're movie lovers. Let's get into the episode.
Professional appreciators.
Yeah, let's go. Episode 93.
Let's go.
So my first pick is a little movie by a director you may know, Bergman, Hour of the Wolf. So I saw this at Beacon a couple nights ago. I saw this for the first time when I was like 18 or 19 in college, but I hadn't seen it since, and Beacon is playing a bunch of Lynch adjacent films. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen this one in a while. Went and saw it.
This doesn't have anything to do with me. Couldn't resist.
Yes. David Lynch. So I went and
People keep calling stuff Lynchian, and it's like, I
and
was
you're
not
like,
involved.
I'm gonna start calling things Lynchian that are just like Matt Lynchian.
You should.
Like, I don't even know what it would be.
Because then
like,
people will be like, this isn't Lynchian, and it's like, you don't
you're
know
like,
him very
Actually,
well.
it is. Yeah.
Or it's like, it's just like weird, like weirdly aggro.
Oh, there's no cheese on that pizza. So
Yeah, exactly.
Lynchian. Are you being like really grumpy today?
Yeah.
So saw this in theater. Absolutely great. Want to give it a shout out. Want you guys to watch it because I feel like when it comes to Bergman films, maybe this one isn't like top of the list when people are talking about it, but it's one of his horror films. 1968, starring the gorgeous Liv Ullmann. I feel like Mia Goth looks a lot like Liv Ullmann.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I
So
see
if there's
that.
ever any sort of biopic situation, maybe
Big
she
Mia
should
Goth
do it.
fan.
Yeah. Also stars Max von Sydow, Seventh Seal buddy, and also
Star Wars is Max von Sydow?
Look how old you've become.
Sure.
It's when he passed away, some outlet published an obituary that was like, Star Wars is Max von Sydow dies, because he's in Force Awakens for like 4 minutes.
Oh,
and,
really?
And film Twitter got mad
Of
because it's like,
course.
of course, because like, that is not...
An incredible fucking.
Yeah,
exactly.
So they're a couple who is vacationing on a remote island somewhere. Liv Ullmann is pregnant. She was actually really pregnant in this movie with Bergman's child, but this was after they had separated.
Okay.
I'm just giving you a little little drama behind the scenes. Anyways, the husband is an artist, but he starts struggling with insomnia. He's unable to sleep at night. She starts staying up with him, and in that lack of sleep comes some sort of craziness happening. He is getting nightmares when he does sleep. He's sketching these different characters that he's seeing in his dream, including like the schoolmaster character, this woman who has a hat, and when she takes off her hat.
Vet du vad som händer då? Mm? Ansiktet följer med, förstår du. Här. Här är den värsta av dem.
All these different characters that are like really unsettling. And then they start being friendly with these rich, kind of bougie people who live up the street in this castle on the island, and they invite him over to their house for like dinner parties and stuff.
Jag trodde ni hade bott här i flera månader. Jag tycker vi har hört talas om er så länge. Men tiden går ju så fort. Tänk så roligt att ni ville komma.
It's just very uneasy and strange. Eventually, Liv Ullmann runs into this woman out of nowhere who's like, "You should read your husband's diary." She's like, "Okay, I will."
You should go through his texts.
Sure, I will. Basically that. And then she does, and she just starts reading like about how tormented he's been by these dreams when he does sleep, and how he's starting to see these demons in real life, and also about how obsessed he is with his ex-girlfriend or his ex-wife or whatever.
Ser du det här märket? Du måste vara lite försiktig, min älskade. Annars slutar det med katastrof.
And then they get invited to another party where they're like, yeah, your ex-wife's going to be there too. And then there's just like this, it's just like a very weird kind of nightmarish scenario.
Apropå ingenting, på Amerikan så jag diskuterade häromdagen era möjligheter att försvara er. Jag menar mot allt småvilt som finns på en. Ja, det var allt för den här gången. God morgon, kära vänner. Hoppas vi ses på vårt lilla party.
This movie's filled with such creepy atmosphere and nightmarish imagery. He tells her about when he was a child and his parents locked him in this cupboard, and they would turn off all the lights and tell him that there was a little man in there that chews the toes off of bad children. And the way this is all like monologued, like Bergman-esque monologue to the camera, is so scary. And it's like such a sparse film too. There's not a lot of like music, and it's just like,
not my toes.
This toe nibbling little man in a pitch black cupboard. Are you kidding me? That's the scariest thing I've ever heard. It's this disintegration of a man as an artist and a man in his relationship as an artist and with this woman who is trying to give everything, and with his child and all this stuff.
Du vill skilja oss åt. Du vill låta dig få sig själv. Så länge jag är med dig blir det svårare.
It's very torturous and very unsettling and extremely creepy. Both performances from Liv Ullmann and Star Wars' Max von Sydow are absolutely incredible. And some of the characters, like especially the woman who takes off her hat and also like starts peeling off her face, very creepy. This is one that I didn't even remember it from what I remember watching it when I was younger, but I kind of flew by me. But this is definitely up there with, I think, like Repulsion, Carnival of Souls, as those like really weird, nightmarish black and white, like 60s, 70s movies that kind of hit, you know? I think it's like 88 minutes too. Like,
it's a sweet spot.
Yeah, for sure. Like you got to check this one out if you haven't. Even if you're not a Bergman fan, whatever. Like this is, I think this is an essential atmospheric horror movie. So check out Hour of the Wolf.
De gamla kallade den vargtimmen. Det är timmen där de flesta människor dör. De flesta barnen föds. Det är nu som mardrömmarna kommer till oss.
I've been doing some long documentaries lately.
You have.
And I wanted
Proud
to
of you.
revisit this one. Watching Park Lane sort of put the fire under me to go back to this thing that I haven't seen in a really long time, and I really wanted to check it out again. So you may be familiar with an establishment called Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Well, they made a movie called Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind, and that was a very big hit. And it allowed them to finance this film that is really not much of an animated film. But it is directed by a great animator named Isao Takahata, and it is called The Story of Yanagawa's Canals. And this is a straight-up documentary about the canal system in Yanagawa, Japan. It is very detailed. It is very meditative. It is very beautiful. And it is very long.
And over the 36 square kilometers comprising all of Yanagawa City, waterways cover a total length of 470 kilometers.
It's almost 3 hours long. And it is just about how this system of waterways came about, continues to support the town, fell into disrepair.
10 years ago, however, the waterways in these cities were buried in sludge. Their water stopped flowing freely, and they were reduced to large, smelly trash dumps that bred mosquitoes and flies.
Was restored by the people who live there after some, legislative meandering, and continues to thrive, hopefully, until this day.
I love that you're in your documentary era.
I mean, I love documentaries, but I'm a big fan, like I said, I'm a big fan of durational cinema.
Yeah.
So anything that is extremely long and about one vaguely boring esoteric subject, that's catnip. Like, that's what I want.
If you have any suggestions,
absolutely,
please,
absolutely.
Viva@scarecrow.com.
Like, have you ever seen Bing Wang's West of the Tracks, which
Nope.
is about Chinese railroad workers? It's like 9.5 hours long and is only meant to be viewed in museum installations. You're not supposed to sit down and watch it. Guess what Dad did?
This guy did it.
100%. So
You're
anyway,
so crazy.
I'm not crazy. I'm just weird. Anyway, so the story of Yanagawa's Canals. This is haunting and meditative. But there's almost nothing to it. It's almost an act of pure journalism. It's just like, here's the city. Here are the canals. Here's a map of them. Here's how they work. We are going to tell you all of the very intricate ways in which these things function. It's more complicated than you would think, of course.
Each block makes effective use of the water so that it will be preserved as long as possible. The extra water and heavy rain will be motase in the horizontally running large waterways without letting any water go downstream, and then it will be drained back into the water at low tide.
Here are the reasons why they were built. Here's the reasons why building them actually makes it so that the land that they occupy doesn't sink. Here's why they fell into disrepair. Here are the proposals that were made in order to revitalize them and make them sort of back to where they used to be in olden times. That's it. It's almost a pure act of journalism. It's beautiful, flawless, but also still meditative. It's less a portrait of this intricate technical grace of these canals and more of a portrait of how this very unusual thing has bonded the community. It has created and bonded the community together.
Now, basically only standardized technology, which is not related to an area's respective climate, plays the dominant role in shaping the relationship between people and their water. The water was enclosed by pipes and concrete, and we lost the charm of being close to the waterside in exchange for greater convenience.
It's very Japanese.
Import disc, too.
Yes, we only have it on a Code 3 DVD. It's never been released in the United States on home video.
If you're in the area, we do rent out the players, though, by the way.
We do indeed rent out the players. This was directed by Hayao Miyazaki's lifelong collaborator, Isao Takahata, who also made many, many famous and great animated films, too. There are animated segments of this where they used animation to illustrate how the canals work. But he also directed My Neighbors the Yamadas, which is one of the greatest animated films ever made. If you haven't seen this, and there's almost no way that you have, you really should.
It's a good bet you probably haven't seen it.
You really should go out of your way to try to check it out. I've seen it twice because I work here. But it is just magnificent and beautiful and lyrical and, one of those things that also functions as a travel log. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I just spent the last few months watching all the Anthony Bourdain shows. And this is like, this is the kind of thing that you would see on that. Only it would only be like a 5-minute segment on one of his shows. This explodes that. You see the entire macro and micro view of this community and how it is shaped by this very simple thing that is also incredibly complicated and that you would never have thought about otherwise. It's a tremendous, tremendous piece of documentary filmmaking by, the studio that makes some of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah, trust that.
Except that they're animated. This isn't, but that doesn't make any difference at all. You have to see this. If you can, check it out.
Magpies.
All right. Yeah. Okay, you know what's funny?
What?
So me and Nick are gonna go stay at the Great Wolf Lodge for a night for our anniversary. But it's also like his friends with kids, like they're going to.
When's
so it's like
that?
the whole thing. May 4th. So May 3rd,
Our anniversary is the 31st, so we're going to the
Oh.
casino.
I love going to the casino. When you call the Great Wolf Lodge to like fix a reservation or something, they like howl. It's like a recording of like a wolf howl when you call them, and then they're like, "Welcome to the Great Wolf Lodge." Oh my God, they called us like the Knutson like wolf pack or something. Like, it was. I was like, it's just us. We don't. This is not a family, and there are no children involved. Like, I'll let you guys know how that goes because I'm pretty sure it's a place for kids, but it's like a water slide place. Is there a bar? Maybe.
There's gotta be.
There has to be.
There's gotta be a place for the dads to go.
If there's a place where you can take your kids and there isn't somewhere to sneak off to have a drink, then everyone's doing it wrong.
We'll see. I think there's mini golf too. Anyways, if you guys like.
There's bars in Disney, so there's bars there.
And speaking of Disney, there we go.
There we go.
Speaking of Disney.
Quite the segue.
We're watching, or we have watched for this episode.
Bizzle.
Bolts. From 2008. This was, I think, another one of my little sister's favorites growing up.
I found this highly enjoyable.
This is great. This is fine. This was Chris Williams and Byron Howard. Chris Williams, most famous for Big Hero 6, which I've never seen.
Oh, that was good.
And Byron Howard, who did Tangled, which I have seen,
I haven't
and
seen that.
Encanto, which people seem to love.
I haven't seen either of those. Two things right off the bat.
Yeah.
The opening scene of this movie where little Penny adopts Bolt.
Yeah.
It's like 30 seconds into the movie and I'm already starting to go like, really?
That one.
Oh yeah, and his little carrot toy.
Yeah, it was
Louise
so cute.
had that same carrot toy too.
Adorable.
So I was like,
Secondly, and most importantly, as much as I enjoyed this very cute movie, it's predicated on an act of animal cruelty that is just completely insane
you
to
feel
me.
really bad.
I mean, it's
So-
absurd. It's a kid's movie. Let's not get too bent out of shape about
Yeah.
it. But what's this movie about?
Well, basically, the movie starts out, and if this was a normal movie, I would completely be tricked because, as Matt knows, I fall for movies and movie gags all the fucking time.
Hello?
Penny, I don't have much time.
Daddy? Are you okay?
Something's come up at work, honey. Daddy's not gonna be home for a while.
Well, the movie that they try to trick you into thinking you're watching, I would also like to see.
Yeah. Which is just like this crazy spy action movie where Bolt is a hero dog with superpowers who's protecting his person, Penny, from this evil guy.
Wonderful news. Everything is positioning nicely.
There he is, Dr. Calico.
The green-eyed man who is
Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, he's trying to like take over. And Penny is voiced by Miley Cyrus.
And I'm a big Miley fan, so
Yeah.
I was happy to hear her smoky voice. I like that
Oh,
voice.
yeah.
Also, do we think that that's a reference to Inspector Gadget? Well, the old Inspector
And the
Gadget
cat-
cartoon is like the girl, his daughter, Penny, is the one who's the smart detective, and she has a super dog named
Yeah.
Brain.
Probably.
So I feel clearly this was inspired by that idea in Inspector Gadget.
And Bolt is this little white dog with a thunderbolt birthmark on the side of him. He has superpowers. He does the super bark, which is a super powerful bark.
He has laser beam eyeballs.
Eyes. He can jump. He jumped over a helicopter.
He goes really fast.
He goes really fast.
And he's really strong. He can knock over a car and stuff.
And so we see all this happening, and then Penny like puts him into a trailer, and then after he's in the trailer, they like say cut,
Yeah.
and we realize we're on a film
It's
set.
a TV show.
Yeah, it's
Which,
a TV
you know,
show.
that's not how they make shows. But
in one long take.
yeah,
with
one
no
long
cuts.
take. Yeah, like that's
Yeah,
not a
you have
thing.
to suspend some disbelief here. Basically, what they do is they're making Bolt think that it's all real for authenticity. So they're like force method acting
Because his performance is what's important.
Am I missing something?
You're missing everything, Mindy. You see a dog. I see an animal who believes with every fiber of his being, every fiber, that the girl he loves is in mortal danger.
And he believes that he has superpowers.
He believes that he's saving Penny constantly
Yeah.
and that he has superpowers. And so, which is also sad because, like, even when him and Penny are just, like, chilling in the trailer, he's, like, really high strung.
Huh? Are you hungry? You got him, Bolt. No one's gonna hurt me. Bolt, look at me. I'm fine, see?
He thinks that they're bad guys, like, coming at them at, like, every angle.
I found this really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it made me sad.
It made me very upset. Also, I was confused a little bit about how this came about in the first place because the opening scene is like, little girl adopts dog. Second scene is, they're both famous on TV. Was there a casting call for a little girl who already has a dog? How did this happen?
Or did they film that adoption for the TV show and that was her adopting Bolt?
Good question.
And
that hadn't occurred to me.
He's been on TV his entire life.
Yeah, there's a lot of, okay, this is what I call, so I have this problem. I've explained it to you in the past, but maybe I haven't explained it to the audience. It's called cartoon over-literalization syndrome, where I get hung up on details that don't matter to any young person who is watching these. So I'm not trying to suggest that this makes the movie bad. I am saying that this is what I'm thinking about the entire time instead of actually enjoying the cute movie.
You know what? I'm glad you asked more questions than less. Why not?
So, the dog thinks this is all real?
Oh, yeah, you're new. Guy never leaves the set. It's unbelievable.
So basically they keep him captive, like when they're not shooting, they keep him on the lot in the studio, like tiny little trailer. And then they have these cats that do know they're on the show. They're like the evil guy's cats and they come and like torture him.
They're mean to him.
Yeah, they tell him like they're gonna kill Penny and everything. And they get him really stressed out. And it's really sad. The dog is voiced by John Travolta, which makes it a little...
And Travolta's voice work in this is really good.
It's good. It's good. But it also, if it's a sad situation and the dog is really cute, but the dog is voiced by an actor who I just think is kind of goofy, it like helps me not be as emotionally distressed, which is actually, it works to my advantage because I don't want to be like torn up about this.
What happens is there's a cliffhanger episode, and at the end of the episode, Penny gets captured by the bad guys, so Bolt thinks that his person is in trouble.
And Penny tries, like the actress, she loves Bolt.
Yes.
Like she wants to take him home with her. And like
he's her dog.
Hey,
Bolt!
hey, hold on.
Listen to him. He needs to know I'm okay.
No, you're not okay. You've been kidnapped by the fiendish Dr. Calico. At least that's what the dog needs to think. But just imagine, close your eyes and imagine how excited he'll be when he saves you tomorrow.
She has this shitty manager who's like, no, you can't take Bolt because he's gonna know. But the thing is, Bolt breaks out of the trailer when the cats are terrorizing him and he goes to try to get Penny. He like follows this prop that she was kidnapped in.
Penny!
He gets knocked out and then ends up
into
in a box of packing peanuts and gets shipped to New York.
And they're in LA, so it's, you know, you know what that means.
You get it. So now he has to make his way back to Hollywood to rescue Penny.
With the help of a stray cat he met in the tough streets of Manhattan.
The cat's great.
Yeah, I'm really scared now.
You should be.
Okay. Yeah.
Where is she?
Also, there's a recurring gag where he meets multiple groups of 3 pigeons.
Come on, Mittens. Just tell the guy where she is. Tell the dog, make him happy.
Yeah, come on, Mittens, tell him.
From
Which
different places in the United States.
Totally ripped off from Animaniacs initially because it's like 3 Italian
You're on
pigeons.
an Animaniacs
I know.
today.
Well, they had the good feathers on Animaniacs.
Oh my God.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a good feather. You see, if you were a good feather, you had it all.
You were a somebody in a neighborhood full of nobodies, like Bobby and Pesto. Those guys were my heroes.
Hey, cool, I'm walking here.
You're walking with me? Is that what you're doing? Are you walking with me? I don't see anybody else here.
Totally, I mean, like,
God,
they
dude,
absolutely
animated
just
that
do
was
that
funny.
bit
That
here
was
where it's
funny.
like, oh, what are you doing? Forget about it. What are you
How
talking
do I know
about?
that guy? I know that guy. Tell
Yeah.
me how I know that guy. Yeah.
That shit's really fun.
I know this dog.
Yeah, me too.
I gotta remember, it's gonna kill me. Hold on. No, I don't know. I thought I knew.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
And Bolt still thinks he's a superhero, and he meets this cat, and he's like, I know you're working for the Green-Eyed Man. He like ties her up with a leash and is like, we're going to California.
Excuse me? That wasn't the deal. We had a deal.
They use this map they got from the Waffle House or whatever.
It's so funny. And they meet the hamster dude.
The road will be rough. I have a ball.
He's trapped in his little hamster ball.
But he watches TV all day long.
He doesn't know TV's fake.
But he watches TV.
Yeah.
And so when he eventually tells the cat,
Would you relax? Every time you did this on the magic box, it was awesome.
that, because the cat's like, you don't have powers. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The cat who's very street smart, and he used to be a domestic cat, someone's pet. There's that whole sad storyline too, where they declawed her and abandoned her.
It's awful.
When he eventually tells the cat he's like his #1 fan, and he's seen Bolt on the magic box, then eventually Bolt realizes he's just a normal dog. And then this cat has to kind of show him how to be a normal dog.
You know, most dogs live in a place like this. And, well, I don't know, they do things like...
Out of this? But...
And this is your dog bowl.
What is?
This! The entire floor! It hits the ground, it goes to the hounds.
But then they go on like a road trip, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And then at the end, there's this terrific finale where he gets back to the studio lot and they're filming the next episode of Bolt with a fucking scab dog.
Oh my God. He thinks that Penny is saying like, oh my God, you're back, Bolt. And so he like has his toy carrot from when he was a baby puppy in his mouth. I'm like gonna cry.
Oh, Bolt. I thought I lost you.
The other fake Bolt is who she was talking to, and she sees him say, "You're the best boy, and I love you so much."
Because that's what she always says. She's like, "You're my best boy."
He like slowly backs into the darkness. That really killed me.
But then the set catches fire, and it's like a really big disaster, and Bolt has to come and rescue her, and it's awesome.
He thinks he's gonna die for a second. He doesn't leave
sacrifices
her.
himself for her.
And he like just stays with her. Oh my God, it's
so good.
It's really sad.
You're my good boy. I love you.
They end up being okay, and then she adopts him and the cat and the hamster. And
she quits the show.
And she quits the show. Her mom's had enough. Single mother has had enough. And they all take a cute little Polaroid at the end. And also,
because that's the thing is like at the end of all of their adventures, she always takes a Polaroid and says that's a keeper.
Yeah, the wall in the trailer has all these pictures of her.
Yeah.
And there's an original song by Jenny Lewis in it, which I was like, is this Jenny Lewis?
Sick, yes.
Okay, sick, okay. And then there's also at the end an original song sung by both Miley Cyrus and John Travolta for the end credits.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And it had cool little cute animated end credits.
Yeah.
I loved this. I thought this was really good.
This was really cute. I liked it a lot, and talking about it made me like it a lot more too.
It's a really sweet movie. If I had kids,
oh yeah,
this would be a movie that would be in heavy rotation, I think.
Dude, you know what? Now that my friend Drew's having a baby, he was just talking about how he's gonna have, because there's not TV now, so you have to like curate what your baby watches.
Bluey.
Yeah, I did say Bluey. I did tell him Bluey.
When I was walking here, actually, from the bus stop, I walked past an apartment building, and there was a girl in the lobby of her building waiting probably for a DoorDash or something, and she had a Bluey t-shirt. And I was like,
and
yo.
You're like
yeah, no, I did. I walked by her, I was like, Bluey, yeah. And she's like, cool.
Her mom's like, don't talk to that man, honey.
No, this was an adult person.
Oh, an adult. Okay. Anyways, Bolt, how many
kid
paws?
waiting for a DoorDash?
Yeah.
No, 3.5 paws for Bolt.
I think so too. Definitely 3.5 paws for Bolt. Check it out if you have kids or if you just like this is like
if you just like good movies.
This is like good 2008, some good early Disney.
This is like imagine the vibe of like Secret Life of Pets crossed with Incredibles. Not great, but very well animated, very funny, very cute, very folding laundry kind of watchable.
Yeah.
If you have kids, they're gonna love it. It's sick. It's really good. I liked it a lot.
Bolt saves the day on Blu-ray disc.
They should make another one because it has that sick ending with the aliens.
Oh yeah, because those pigeons, the pigeons from Hollywood were like, let me pitch you this
them on the
idea.
alien thing? Yeah, you'll see. You'll see when you watch it.
You'll see. But yeah, check out Bolt.
Check out Bolt.
What do we do next time, Matt? It's your pick this time.
So about a couple years ago, we did a movie that I had never seen before. That's kind of like a classic.
It's a cult
considered
classic,
a cult
for sure.
classic. Not even a cult classic, but just like
in the dog movie
a beloved
realm.
family film.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And it was called Beethoven. So now we're gonna do Beethoven Second.
Something I haven't seen since I was very young.
As they say in our industry, this business we called show, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Beethoven
Let's fucking
Second.
go. Tune in.
I have a little girl at home, love of my life. I would do anything for her. And I would trade her for you in a heartbeat. True story.
All right, episode 93 in the bag.
Episode
oh my
93,
God.
put away.
Yes. Let us know how you feel about these shorter episodes. I think that we're really doing a good thing here. Vote for last episode's Raunch versus Rom. Remember?
It's My Turn versus Malibu Bikini Shop. I feel like
it's gonna be a tight race because I know for a fact It's My Turn is good, but also Malibu Bikini Shop is one of the better raunches that I've done and has a lot of wacky
I
shit
don't
in
know.
it.
I'm not confident.
And
I don't have any
VHS only?
confidence.
Come on. Anyways, check it out. Vote. Mailbag us, viva@scarecrow.com.
Yeah, send us your mails.
Send us your mails. Scarecrow Video, 5030 Roosevelt Way, Northeast, Seattle, Washington, 98105. Come check out the store. Rent by mail, scarecrowvideo.org. Check out all of our social medias in the description below. And remember to hit the like and subscribe button.
It's really
and tell
important.
your friends,
It's
families,
like,
enemies, and
We make a lot of
acquaintances.
jokes, but it's really important. Maybe you liked last
Why don't
week's.
you go back?
You got to like it again.
Why don't
You got to do it every
Go
time.
back, start from the first episode and just
Like
start
them all,
hitting
yeah.
those
Just
likes.
do it.
And yeah, other than that, I hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful spring that we are starting to have, and you're blossoming in your movie watching and in your personal lives. And we love you.
Yeah,
And that's
congratulations.
That's congratulations. Episode 93 in the bag. Goodbye.
Bye, we love
Viva
you.
Physical Media.
I thought I lost you too. I thought I lost you. I thought I lost you when you ran away and tried to find me. I thought I'd never.
Dogs.
Cats.